Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be answering the infamous FizzBuzz coding interview question. The question is, your program should print each number between 1 and 100 in turn. If it's divisible by 3, print fizz. If it's divisible by 5, print buzz. If it's divisible by both, print FizzBuzz. Else just print the number. So let's break this problem down. Gosh, I can't spell. Okay, the first step of our problem would be, well, how do we print each number between 1 and 100? Second step is it divisible by 3 or 5, and how do we know that? Third step is, how do we code? This all will make sense in a minute, by the way. I just like making a checklist for what we want to do. The third step is, how do we code this? And the fourth step is, what do we print? So do we print fizz, do we print buzz, etc. So the first step is probably the easiest one. For I in range 1, 101, because 1 is inclusive, 101 is exclusive. That's how we print each number between 1 and 101. And now, how do we know that it's divisible by 3 or 5? Well, let's say a number r, and it's a multiple of x. So if r is a multiple of x, then this statement should be true. When r is divided by x, you get a said number y with the remainder of 0, right? Because it's exactly it's an exact multiple of x. So x x plus x plus x plus x plus x y times give give us r. That's why x is a multiple of r, right? Sorry, r is a multiple of x, because x plus x plus x plus x plus x y times will give us r. So your remainder, that means, will be 0, right? And so just to make things less complicated, 24 divided by 3 is 8. That means 3 3 add 3 add 3, 8 times will give us 24, right? Or 24 divided by 3 is 8, remainder 0. So basically, to find out whether our number I is a multiple of 3 or 5, we see if it gives us a remainder of 0. And to do this, we use the modulo function, or the percentage sign. This percentage sign will tell us whether what remainder we get. So for an example, 5 modulo 5 modulo, still not working. 5 modulo 3 is 2. Why? Because 5 divided by 3 is 1, remainder 2. The modulo sign just tells us the remainder. So now we've done the first two steps. Let's rub that off our checklist. Right? We've also done the third step, how we well, no, we haven't fully done the third step, and I'll explain it now. So in Python, we have if, elif, else statements, right? Now we've got an order of precedence, order of importance, right? If x, let's call a number x. If x is equal to 5, do this. Elif x is equal to 9, do this. Elif else, do something else, right? So if our first if statement is true, then our code won't run the elif or the else statement. If our elif statement is true, then it won't run the else statement. If both the if and elif statements are false, then it'll run the else statement. And why this is important, you'll find out now. Let's try coding up what we've done, right? If I, when you divide it by 3, gives you a remainder of 0, print fizz. In terms of coding and giving you errors, there's nothing wrong with this code. You won't get an error. It'll run perfectly fine. But here's the problem with it. other than the indentation. Yeah, no, it would give you an error, never mind. Indentation is really important. Okay, elif, now let's say elif, when you divide I by 3, it gives you 0, and when you divide I by 5, it gives you a remainder of 0. Well, obviously we print fizzbuzz. But now let's call I 15. When you divide 15 by 3, you get a remainder of 0. So it prints fizz. Rather than printing fizzbuzz, it will print fizz because it runs the if statement first. And that's our problem. So we have to understand this order of precedence and hence get rid of the elif statement. Get rid of this elif statement and put it in place this if statement. And this is what will ensure that our code runs correctly. So it will run, but it won't run correctly. Now elif, when you divide I by 3, you get 0, or you print fizz. The rest of it's pretty easy. Elif, when you divide I by 5, you get 0, print, oh, gosh, I don't know why it's not indenting right now. Print buzz. And if it's not a multiple of 3 and 5, well then just print that number. Else, print I. And that won't run because I have to get rid of this checklist. Now this will build perfectly fine. Yep, it is built. So you might not be able to see that on the screen, but yeah, it's been built. And this is the coding interview question, so quite easy. It's not hard in terms of coding. Sometimes, maybe if you're not careful, this first if statement can trip you up. So yeah, thank you for listening. Watch my other videos, which will pop up on the screen now, and have a good day and tune in next time.